Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back once again to the StarLadder StarSeries Season 14 presented by iLeague. My name is Blue. Joining me once again today is Hugo, and we're heading into the second map. TSM currently leads it 1-0 off of a great victory coming off of Dust 2. Almost managed to see the Titan player sneak it away, but off of some great individualistic plays at the end of it by TSM, they managed to once again claim victory for themselves and secure the lead off of the bounds, of course, so a very, very satisfying T-side.
The Titan going straight towards the B site here. Smokey's going to hold them off, but they don't care. Rushing straight through. We can see RpK trying to get the first shot. Device will punish him for doing that. And still no second shot. No refrag actually from Titan at the moment. dupreeh just running through the smoke. He's going to somehow come out on top of their screen, not landing a single bullet. And the bomb still isn't going to be going down as shox has taken out dupreeh. So there's still two players left on the site. And Titan somehow haven't been finished off yet. cajunb will come from flank though, and shox will manage to find one onto karrigan, but there's still two players left alive. And he has got plenty of time to work with, but definitely not the HP. Only 24 left on him. And both players have got a nice crossfire setup, and he's not going to be watching his left. Somehow SmithZz missing those shots, and cajunb will finish him off. So that'll be the first round to TSM. Somehow Titan weren't able to refrag quite early on that round, and kind of led TSM to have a nice man advantage, 5 versus 3 very early, and Titan suffered off that, and I can imagine they're going to force buy up second round now.
And taking a look at their buy going into the second round, we can take a look. Xyp9x going for the Mag 7. I've actually seen him making this choice quite a bit as he plays it inside more than likely of the apartments. We're going to be seeing him go for that. If we do see a rush from Titan there, that could be quite a few easy frags in his direction. As for everybody else on TSM, though, they're confident. They're just going to go right for the buy up on the SMGs. The only one that won't be getting them the upgraded money would be dupreeh's. He's going to take a little bit more of a longer range battle here with the P90, playing it over here towards the edge of Banana, cling closer to that B site, and here we go. They're actually going to make a rush right towards that, so it's going to be Device and dupreeh. They're going to be the big players here. Titan trying to move as a 4-man death squad moving into that, and they've got the number 7 player, shox, trying to move in, but overall, just Device for now, and even some team damage coming off. It's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but dupreeh moves into his same position as before, and I'm sure nobody's going to check this. Look, they're all just going to walk right past him. dupreeh, though, he does get spotted out, finds the first one. Now they know he's there. Gets the second one, though, looking for a third over here, and he's going to find, actually, no, RpK gets the response with the picked up gun off the corpse of his teammate, so Existence and RpK get the response, and now they put this into a 2-on-2 situation, but RpK still left out in the open. cajunb is able to roll in and finish him off. And Xyp9x in just a second. Existence is going to have a nasty surprise waiting for him, and there it is.
Wow, that round, very, very backwards. Existence just running through the smoke there, past all the TSM players, and then somehow, sadly not being able to clash that 1v2. That would have been fun to see, but either way, TSM are going to take that second round very, very effectively. Only 2 players left alive though, so Titan put up a bit of a fight. But we can also see TSM going for another SMG buy here. Obviously, wanting to pick up that easier eco, or anti-eco money, sorry, as Titan's not going to have any armor at all. shox with a Tech 9 and screen with the P250 as well as RpK, but the rest of that's just going to be stuck on a couple of Glocks, and Titan aren't going to be looking too good on this round at least, and you can just see dupreeh's position pushed all the way down Banana. He is in mid here, going towards second mid as Xyp9x picks up 2 in apartments, and that's going to be a nice double opening for him as SmithZz also gets a refrag onto Xyp9x. And not only Scream and Existence are left alive, and yeah, just another shutdown. Device and cajunb also showing up that round. We can see cajunb's already going 5-0 so far, not even a single death on him, and TSM are going to pick up a very easy anti-eco. They're only losing one player who's going to be Xyp9x, and Titan are going to be able to buy up for this round. So full AKs, no AWP just yet, but on the T side of Inferno, I don't think they're really going to mind too much.
I would actually, to be honest, because they ended up losing 2 at the end of that round, not just 1, but the losses were actually quite nominal from Titan there. I mean, they killed a total of 5 players, so they at the very least get like 1 round's win worth of kills there. So we're not going to look at this monster economy stack over TSM. It's still very good. Granted, you take a look at the numbers, and more than likely with the minimal losing bonus, if we see TSM pick up this first gun round, they should still be in a good spot to buy, but definitely could have been a lot better with how aggressively TSM were playing it. But again, that's just the confidence coming out now on the side of TSM. They're going to want to shut down Titan right from the get-go, because remember just how much better Titan's T side was comparatively to the CT side. So if they can get them, sort of blocked out from picking up these rounds right from the beginning and really try to demoralize them as much as possible, and that's just going to help, because once we switch sides, Titan has a whole lot of other issues that they need to try and correct here in order for them to even pick up rounds on that CT side, despite the map advantage now being on Inferno.
Yeah, definitely true. You can see Titan setting up a couple of smokes towards the A side here. RpK is going to be going for the entry, flashing through the smoke, and this is going to hold TSM back for a couple of seconds. dupreeh here, playing quite a close angle, pushing actually through the smoke here, and this could be really fun. Actually, no, sorry, backing off to Arch there. He's just been completely smoked off here by Titan. No idea where they are, and they've got 4 players on the A side, so TSM, nice stack going on, but Titan are going to be rotating back towards B, and the floater is going to go, it's going to be dupreeh all the way back to the B side, so Titan should be coming against 2 men here, and if TSM don't play too aggressively, they should be able to rotate a couple of players over without losing anyone in mid due to the locker in mid, but the HP of Titan is quite low after a couple of nades coming out from TSM. We can see shox here, going for the entry, pop flash going to get away with the device, going to peek with it, shox will find that shot onto him as dupreeh comes out from Coils managing to find one of his own, and now Existence is left alone this 1 versus 4, and he's not on the best of health really with 10 seconds left as well. He's going to have to save this rifle here, and not very good round for Titan. Didn't even manage to get 2 kills, you know, all the bomb plant, only 1 on the device, and sorry, TSM will manage to take that round very easily.
Existence thankfully within a safe position. They won't be able to catch him out, so he'll make it out with that AK, but in terms of what the rest of the team is going to be able to afford, unfortunately, it won't be much. shox maybe will be able to sneak through with another buy-up here. At the very least, being able to go for a Galil buy-up with armor, but it doesn't even look like he's really going to work for it. The rest of the team just going to go for very minimal buy-ups here. A couple Tech 9s here and there. shox does go for the Tech 9 armor instead of the Galley armor. And as for the rest of the team, it's just a CZ, P250, and a Deagle on Scream. And maybe hope he can get himself lucky, but with this current position way out exposed in the middle, it might be a very easy shutdown. And there's going to be a nade stack too from TSM, as here comes that aggression once more on this anti-eco round.
Yeah, very true. And Existence being the only one who can probably make plays with Titan side device to degree are going to get quite aggressive, managing to pick up a couple of kills down Banana here, and Zifnix also with a nice position up on balcony, but he's going to actually drop down into mid instead. And only RpK and shox are left alive here. Not really great positions on them either. We can see shox is going to manage to retrieve that AK. Best he can do really save that. I don't think he's going to want to go for it too much, and you can see him just backing out here in second mid. Not sure if he's going to go for some kind of challenge in Banana or just save that rifle, which will probably be the wiser decision. He has got armor to work with at least though.
And shox just taking it nice and slow for the time being. TSM looking for a retaliation here, and they do have a pretty mean spray angle. The other unfortunate part here, too, is if shox does just push right through this choke point, unfortunately for him, he's more than likely going to be a dead man unless he can shut down karrigan right from the get-go. And yep, there you go. They don't even need the crossfire to take him down. And also dupreeh back down towards Banana and middle. They're going to be able to find the final kill on RpK, too. So that's an easy cleanup from TSM, of course, with what Titan had invested there. A bit unfortunate that saved AK didn't come into more use, but what can they work for? And now they're going to go into another buy anyway. Existence, ironically enough, will be the only player now without an AK going into this one. And for the rest of the team, they've all got the Tech 9s. Utilities back up for these guys as well, so expect this to be a pretty fully fledged round strat coming out from Titan now with the armaments they have.
Yeah, of course, only disadvantage on Titan's side is that Existence only has that Tech 9 instead of that AK, but on a close range map like Inferno, it's not really too much of a deficit. On the Titan side, as SmithZz is going to come up early with a single frag, as Cajun does get the trade frag, and now TSM are into a 4-on-4, so rotating a couple of players back towards the A side. They have actually got everyone leaving B here, and RpK is going to manage to take down Zifnix, but we can see a good position from dupreeh. If they do decide to wrap around towards Arch here, he will be able to probably come out on top, but the smoke is going to hold him back for a few more seconds. And cajunb up in the smoke, getting up close and personal. Going to peek out to RpK. Will find the double kill into Existence as well. He is going to get traded out by Scream, only with 1 HP there, and it's not going to be a 2 versus 2, so they've equalised it there. Nice double kill there, and Scream obviously with a good refrag, and now only he is left alone with this 1 versus 2, only on 1 HP as well. Not going to be a very easy round for him at all. I don't imagine it's going to be even doable, as dupreeh does have obviously information that that he's going to be towards the A site at least, but
so the good thing is that he's got a lot of time, but the bad thing is he gets shot right in the ass there, and that's going to take him down with only 1 HP. So he's going to be butthurt a little bit, and for TSM, they're now going to take the 6-0 lead, and for Titan, unfortunately, they're at a good point now to where they've basically lost enough. They haven't been getting any planted either, which is what I should note. So they're going to go for a buy again, but this puts them back into a situation where they're probably going to have to eco after this one. So that's another thing that we have to look for Titan, is although they're not picking up rounds, they really need to try to get at the very least the plants here, because yes, the economy is at a pretty good point. It's a lot less forgiving for Titan at this point, but also if they can't get those plants, it's not going to be solidified enough to where they can consistently buy up the rifles. At some point, they're going to have to eco once again, unless they can start to get some more plants out.
yeah, definitely true, and obviously with this really nice economy on TSM, you know, they shouldn't have to eco, as you said, for a while, and Titan just playing it slow at the moment. They do have a bit of apps control, I guess, and a little bit of banana control, but we are seeing Device obviously sitting as he usually does, just by car here, so he will be able to back off if needs be, but at the moment he's got quite an aggressive position, considering he's the only player from the B site, and they are actually putting a 4-man stack towards A, so very questionable, but Device obviously does want to get that early information that they are pushing B if they do choose to do that, so he can call for the rotate quite easily, and dupreeh is actually going to be floating back just in CT spawn here, waiting to go towards whichever site they please, and it's going to be the A site at the moment, pushing up along quite aggressively. Existence and SmithZz are going to be entering here with RpK. The smoke does go out, and dupreeh has a Molotov perfectly placed for it. Existence is just going to run straight through, and he's going to manage to come out on top there with that frag, and you can see shox still here in apartments, but SmithZz is going to manage to come up big and find a second. So now Titan have the man advantage. They do only have 20 seconds left on the clock, so they're going to have to rotate back towards the B site where only one player is laying in wait, and that's going to be Device. And I can imagine TSM should realise this very soon after they see that Titan aren't pushing towards them and be able to rotate a player off that. So Device, being the only one B, does spot out existence in CT spawn, so he's got that information. Flash is going to be followed up with only 9 seconds left on the clock. They need to get this bomb part in existence. What was that shot? Lovely shot of the Device, and Cajun and XIVnix are the only two left alive here trying to retake, but it's definitely not undoable with the amount of HP Titan have, and if XIVnix can pick up this early frag, he might be able to do it, but nope, he's going to go down, and shox managing to find that frag as well as SmithZz also coming out with one. So Titan are going to secure their first round of the board against TSM 6, but TSM obviously having built up a nice bank at the moment, they are going to be able to buy up once again, not going to have to eco for a couple of rounds.
And TSM now, unfortunately, finally dropping around, but as you had already mentioned here, they're in a very secure position as far as their money is concerned, at least for this one. So they're gonna buy it this time, but it's actually a lot less than I was expecting it to be, considering, you know, the 6-round advantage that they managed to get here. Only, you know, really one of these players is gonna be good heading into the next round. That's gonna be dupreeh. So the money's not really in that great of a spot now. So heading into this next round, they're gonna have to be very, very careful. They end up dropping again the Titan, but they're still good for now. However, shox picks up a nice entry, working his way up to the T steps. He's gonna be able to shut down XIVnix at the beginning of this one. Scream will also work his way into the window. There's not really a whole lot of other resistance coming in there from TSM just as of yet. KJB's way back down here on the porch side, and then karrigan as well is watching long calls, but they gotta be careful. No, karrigan gonna miss that opportunity to shut down one of these players, and he takes a lot of heat from that, dropped to 32 HP. He's gotta fall back, get himself outside of that, and Titan are really starting to make some good progress now to potentially get themselves over here onto this A site, but also not really solidified on it just yet. A lot of their players now moving back over here towards Banana to potentially make a push over to there. Device will be the one to resist this. Still has another smoke to re-smoke things and hold them back for a little bit longer, and that's gonna come out here right now, but Titan are already committed. I imagine they're going to go for it here. So again, all this pressure falls on the Device, but he's right in their face. The flash, but RpK gets the headshot anyway, takes down Device, and now they're into the site. dupreeh's going to move in, but he's smoked off as well here. He's going to move in, takes down existence, takes some heat from the flames, but is going to be able to push through that. Now he's got access to construction, and this round is not over yet from TSM, but unfortunately with this forward position from shox, it's going to be very hard to get the other players in position back down by Banana.
Yeah, and of course, it seems that TSM is just going to go for the safe option, which is going to be the save. Titan managing to secure their second round on the board with RpK quite low HP as well, but there's not going to be anyone to challenge him from CT spawn here. Best they can really have is dupreeh here, but I don't imagine RpK is going to be able to escape that far into CT spawn. He's in fact going to go to Banana instead. So all of the TSM players saving their rifles, it seems like at the moment. cajunb is going to come out into contact here with shox, going to manage to find that frag, and that's going to be the round against Titan, so 2-6 now.
There's the pickup now. Titan coming out strong this time, and as we talked about before, thankfully these saves come out, so it won't be as desperate from TSM as we were originally predicting it would be if it was going to be an outright win from Titan. Now they're in a good spot. At the very least, they can scrub through with 3 rifles here, but the other guy's not going to be looking so good. They actually managed to get 4. I correct myself. This is actually a great buy. I was completely wrong there. So they're going to get all 5 rifles out, and really the only player that doesn't have a good utility stack is dupreeh, so these guys are perfectly fine as far as this round is concerned. They're able to buy through with another one, so they're still looking right and dandy at this point. And as for Titan, still a little bit more work to do before they get themselves into a secure position, but there's going to be Device. He opens things up, grabs the headshot to SmithZz, and dupreeh with another one. Going to be able to shut down RpK. And for the rest of these guys, unfortunately stuck out. Not sure if TSM realized the bomb has gone down, but thankfully the smoke wall is going to allow, I believe, that Scream to creep right back up and pick it up so they can fall back and potentially try to work a take on another angle.
Yeah, but Titan being completely kneecapped at the moment. 3 players left on T-side. Inferno is not a very good viable situation for them, and I can imagine they won't be able to salvage too much from this round, especially with karrigan with the AWP holding down mid, and he should be able to hit out the first shot very easily. And Titan working towards a B site here, finally rotating shox to join them, screaming existence, but they've got a couple of smokes and flashes, which is one silver lining, I guess, for them. And TSM obviously having 2 players on the B site. It's not going to be too good for them as they do push in, but nice position here from Device. He's going to back off 2 coils here as dupreeh holds second oranges, and here they go rushing to the side. dupreeh misses that first shot. shox will manage to punish him for that, and Device being the only one left. But Scream, what was that jump shot? Taking out Device mid-air, will be able to get the bomb down. Now it's a 3v3, so this is looking a whole lot more doable for Titan. Cajun is going to be taken out there by shox. karrigan does retort with one of his own, but now only Scream is left alive in this 1 versus 2, and the bomb down, he has got a bit of time to work with. Just gonna manage to play the bomb, but oh my god, karrigan just running in. Lovely shot there. Is going to take down Scream, and there we go. TSM picking up their 7th round so far, so a nice hefty lead onto Titan. That's going to reset their money, so no money on Titan. If they lose this round, at least this next round, they're going to be down to 1,900 bonus, and not going to look too good for Titan if TSM manage to take this round. Obviously having a nice economy built up as well as an AWP on XIVnix here. No, karrigan, sorry, getting thrown over, and they are... God, they're throwing it around left and right. They don't know who they're giving it to. Cajun is instead going to take it to pick down mid, and that's what I like to say about TSM. Is a lot of them are very viable AWPers as well. It's not just karrigan or whatever. You know, Device can pick it up at times, cajunb can pick it up at times, and that allows them to play off picks a lot more than other teams that don't have, you know, such a nice mix of skill sets that can't do that, that can't throw it to the best spawn player or whatever. And we are going to see Device pick up that first frag onto Smith. Nice position playing Sandberg, because he usually does this game, and not managing to pick up a second on the screen. He does get the trade frag. Dupreeh is there from behind in B. Will manage to pick up on the smoke. Will hold down Titan for a little bit longer as they can rotate a player and be karrigan there. So they've got that AWP on coils and getting down to a 4 versus 3.
And now, again here, still keeping a little bit of action alive back over here towards the mid choke point as well. KGB trying to push over here in towards shox as he tries to sell this rotation. And actually, the bomb will be moving over to here, and TSM, obviously, with not having a whole lot of intel as of yet, they're just going to go for the default split. 2 players on either site. Titan not really finding all that much either, and uh-oh, shox, you missed the jump, man. He's going to have to fall back, and it's a good thing he did, too, and kind of a bad thing, as KGB pushes inside the apartments. He would have ended up meeting him either way, but obviously, the missed jump there works out really well for KGB, as he just gets a free kill. karrigan as well. He picks up one, but Scream with another headshot out of nowhere, trades it out. Gonna look for an additional one, but fortunately, dupreeh behind second Orange is there to shut it down. He's going to pick up the final kill, and TSM still remains strong once again here on their own CT side, bringing things up to 8 rounds for themselves. Titan still with 2 on the board, and probably looking at another either broken buy or an eco round here for themselves on the 11th.
Yeah, and again, only having a couple of pistols and a bit of armor to work with on Titan's side, whereas TSM obviously really built up with the economy. Smokes on all of the players, a couple of Molotovs as well to work with on Zifnik, sorry, and dupreeh. So we are going to see finally an AWP on the B side. We haven't seen that too often. Device there, holding that close angle with, I think it's dupreeh just there to hold him up behind to throw down smoke if he does miss the first shot. And Titan are going to be working towards the A side for a change here, so that AWP isn't really too good for a retake at least. And smokes are going to come out from Titan. Flashes following up. You can see RpK pushing out shots, just running through the smoke. Will get shot down. karrigan, nice double kill there, and RpK not going to manage to get the traders. karrigan picks up 3, and cajunb and Zifnik will also follow up with one of their own each, and that'll be TSM to pick up their 9th round of the half.
And that essentially is just going to be a run-over round for TSM, unfortunately. Obviously, the big play coming out there over from the cubby corner. Nice safe play that happenstances from karrigan, just ripping everybody apart in that previous round. Picks up the big 3K, and as that push in terms of how it went back over there towards the port side goes, not very well at all. So they're going to get eliminated. Titan now again on another broken buy. They basically have a double save at this point. This one's a little bit more competent, because at the very least they're going to get 3 players with armor into the mix this time around, but still, with the guns in play against TSM, not going to be looking so good. And already Device shut down SmithZz. Here gets into a fight with shox as he fall back as he takes some initial damage, but will correct it as he tries to work his way up the steps.
Yeah, so Zifnik's only taking a little bit of damage here. He's down to 21 HP, but by and large, that isn't really too effective from Titan again. What can you expect from almost a full eco? Only pistols to work with as they push straight into the B site. Device will find one. Nice shot from RpK. Will punish him, and we can see dupreeh just running into the smoke as he usually does. We'll pick up one, going for the second, and managing to achieve that as 2. So TSM just shutting down that eco from Titan, and Titan will finally be able to buy up once again.
Obviously that round, not really a whole lot being done for Titan, but dupreeh, man, just going for the trick shots there near the end, dude. He jumps around. If you didn't catch it, he did like a 180-degree spin before he even shot at anybody. So he's getting a little bit fancy with some of these kills now, as TSM in these past 2 have basically just been handed over rounds on a silver platter at this point. And Titan, unfortunately, can't seem to competently make a push when they're down on the economy. So TSM looking a little bit too strong in that regard, and that leaves them relying on gun rounds, which unfortunately they haven't been able to win too many of those either. So leaving them very, very weak indeed, regardless of how these next couple rounds go. They can maybe line it up to 10-5 if they pull off the same thing we saw back on Dust 2, where they piece together these last couple rounds here and at the very least put themselves up to a 10-5 scenario. But without the pistol round victory and the anti-ecos coming after that to assist them, they're still sitting very low, and more than likely, if they can't pick up this next round, we'll be looking at TSM dominating with potentially a 13-2 scoreline at the end of the half. So for Titan, though, they line up, and they're going to go just for a direct take here through middle, as well as inside of the apartments a little bit to try to get themselves onto the A site. The opening shot, great flick from Smith, is going to shut down Zifnik, and now they're onto the site here. cajunb, though, with a great assistance flash, he pops that out, he finds a kill, but RpK's also picked one up, but there's cajunb again. He's going to find another kill over onto shox, and RpK sneaking in, finally going to be able to shut down cajunb, and now the site's cleared out here, and they brought it into a 3-on-2 in existence there. He's going to be burned alive, so he's got to move out, but not into the crosshairs of existence, thankfully. Smith, in the meantime, shutting down dupreeh, and for now, it's just Device stuck inside of the library, and existence with a nice pop flash. Gonna be able to finish that one off as well.
Yeah, so what looked like a really great position from the Device, he could have caught that library player from pushing on towards the A site. Will sadly get taken down with a pop flash, and that'll be another round to Titan. So finally managing to get a little bit on the board. Maybe going to hopefully go for 5, but realistically TSM obviously have a nice economy, and so that's going to be they won't have to eco at least for the rest of the half. And TSM obviously with a full buy here. No AWP for a change actually, which could be one little positive that Titan can look at.
the third round onto the board. Titan at least have a little bit of a fighting chance to wiggle their way back into this matchup here, but still, they've already done this 2 times before, and it wasn't very consistent from that point forward, so they're going to run the risk of being reset here now if we can just see TSM striking back and this being this close to the end. However, shox playing with cajunb a little bit inside the apartments. He's going to pick up a kill, but now Xyp9x comes back in there. Over towards the boiler, he's going to find a response kill on a scream. Takes some heavy damage from this one. Now he's getting into another duel with shox. Shox will end up winning that one once again. So he's up to 2 frags now as the rest of his team is going to follow suit. But that's a bit unfortunate because now he's the only player that's worked his way in. And karrigan as well has snuck back inside the apartment. This is a complete flank on these guys. But there's Existence with a nice shot coming out from his AK. He's going to shut it down. Shox, not sure what he's doing hitting his teammate, but dupreeh as well. Picks up another one. SmithZz misses his shot. So he's stuck behind the graveyard, portcullis. But as for the rest of TSM, they might have a chance yet to get back in. We'll have to see, but overall with Titan having a strong hold, and now with SmithZz pushing forward, but makes a mistake. dupreeh cuts him down with the headshots, and now they got a way back into this site, and the smokes come in, and shox can't see anything. He just get a slight view on a dupreeh, but can't catch him. Now he's trying to respond here, but Device jumps up on top of the truck and is going to finish off shox, and he's surrounded, so dupreeh finishes it up, and TSM get the response round anyway.
How did TSM retake that? It looked like an almost undoable round for them. Somehow managed to get in there, so really well played from dupreeh there, catching that final kill. Actually managing to pick up 3 that round, so that's going to be TSM up to 11. And this means Titan are going to have to fight for their lives for the last round as they force together whatever they can. Really, Tech 9s and AKs are going to be coming out here, and really, you know, if Titan win this round, they have a little bit of a chance in the second half to work with if they lose a pistol round. But if they don't win this round, they're pretty much GG. You know, that's going to be TSM taking it very, very easily. And we are going to see Device picking up an AWP once again towards the B site, whereas Titan obviously have no AWP, not having much of an economy to put together. 2 Tech 9s on shox and scream there, so Device just waiting for some banana aggression. SmithZz is going to walk right into his hands, but nope, Device is going to miss that flick shot down to 30 HP. So a nice bit of damage done from Titan at least, and they've gotten that information that Device is playing the AWP on B. So that's going to be helpful at least so Titan they can work off that. And nice nade is going to put shox down to 70 HP up in apps.
shox will jump through, joining with the rest of his teammates now. It's a boiler mid-crunch push here, and they're just going to roll right into the site. Xyp9x will have to respond right from the get-go, but he gets dropped by Existence. Rolling in, though, cajunb is going to get a response, and a lot of these players are burning alive. This molly doing so much damage. karrigan picks up a kill, but SmithZz again with the trade. Unfortunately, cajunb moves in, and he's going to be able to pick up 2 additional kills on a SmithZz and RpK, so the defense just pulls out strong again from TSM, and specifically cajunb there on the site. Not going to be movable. And as for Existence, as the last player alive now, will try to relocate himself up to the balcony to get a better viewpoint, but that's going to be a mistake, as you've got dupreeh trained onto you, Device close by from within inside the library. And on the site there too is going to be Xyp9x, but he's not even needed, as we can obviously see dupreeh just finishing it off nice and easily. So for King1, it's a 12-3 half, monster half on the CT side, and for Titan, unfortunately, I just don't really see an opportunity for them to get back in the second half.
Of course, we did tee them on Dust 2. Titan bringing back a nice comeback from 10-5 all the way to 12-16. But, of course, sadly losing it. They did manage to get quite a few rounds. But, again, that was them switching to the T side, which they favoured on quite a lot, you know, in Dust 2 at least. And now we're on to technically the CT side and map Inferno, but I can only think what Titan are going to do. You know, there was obviously some kind of miscom error in the first half of the first map here, so I can imagine that might come into play again on the second map. But you never really know. TSM are going to be going for a 4-man armor buy with a nade stack onto karrigan as well, so pushing up quite aggressively towards banana, getting the information that Existence is there, and they do have a double stack B, so a very default play, and that's going to be lucky for them as shox picks up 1 on mid, and that's going to be dupreeh going down, and SmithZz also makes magic up in apartments, and there are only 3 players left for TSM. This is a bit of a shutdown, but we have seen them do similar situations before, so I definitely wouldn't count them out of it.
And again, a lot of the problems, as you mentioned before from Titan, was the miscoms. The positions were off, just the rotations were a bit slow, left them out of sight, potentially with no option for a retake a lot of the time. This map will be a little bit easier in that regard comparatively to Dust 2, but it's got to start right here with the pistol round, and now Device moves in, he picks up the first kill, looking for more as they find the way, and Device finds a second, but Scream with 1 headshot, 2 headshot on the Device, looking for the third, but thankfully karrigan shuts it down. Now he's at 38 HP, though that rotation coming up banana, he's got no armor to assist him with this clutch as well, but he's going to be sneaky with it. The plant, as we take a look at it, it's going to be on the site, not in the best spot for this rotation, so if they just jump on that and go right for the defuse, they might be able to just get it, but as we can see, karrigan almost picks up that kill over there on a SmithZz. Now he can hang back. So much time has been wasted. They've got to go on the plan, and as we do see, a kid is picked up here at this point, so he's got to push through with it, but thankfully RpK will shut it down, and Titan will be able to pick up the pistol round after all.
Oh, such a nice dink though onto SmithZz. There's real potential. If he managed to land that second bullet and finish off SmithZz, that could have definitely been a doable round, but RpK just coming on top there, managing to find that final shot onto him. And Titan obviously taking the pistol is a very good booster for them. Being on the CT side, they should be able to pick up these two anti-ecos here. But TSM, after getting the bomb down, are going to go for a very, very abstract buy. 2 AKs here and a bit of team damage there onto karrigan. Not too sure why that was. Maybe he stole Zifnix's Tech 9 there or something, but either way, 2 AKs is definitely more than enough that TSM really need. And nice nade is going to go down mid, doing a lot of damage onto TSM. So Titan with an early lead in HP at least.
So push comes up here now, going to take on Existence, but cajunb with a beautiful shot there, shutting down Existence. And already here, you can see that this aggressive buy that's gone by the way of TSM is paying out in huge dividends as they've gone for the monster buys on the two of these guys here. cajunb and dupreeh armed up with those 2 AKs, and as for Titan, now down a man at this point, not going to be looking so good for these players. And this is such a smart buy out of TSM as well, with them just unfortunately dropping that last round. They actually just buy up 2 players to the fullest extent here. Now they're going to take on more of the Titans. So we'll see how well this goes. There's dupreeh. He picks up another one here that tries to rotate in, but RpK is going to be able to find one of these armored up players out into the open. Now it's just cajunb who's back over here by the mid choke point. RpK shuts down karrigan as he tries to work his way in from the balcony as well, but now, these 3 players from Titan at this point. Trial still trying to find a way to get back into the site as TSM found the entry. There's cajunb again with the AK, shuts down SmithZz. RpK gets a response again. He's finally going to get shut down by cajunb, and now it's a 2-on-1. shox just outside of the truck, trying to hold this angle. He's got no time left to defuse, so he's got to make a run for it. And TSM once again steal the second round away from the hands of Titan just after they pick up the pistol.
Wow, that's just impressive, the fact that TSM were able to get the bomb down with 2 players still on the site, you know, playing pit there, and completely just smoked them off and got the bomb down. So really well played by TSM, and they're going to come out on top there. We did say, despite having a very abstract buy on the second round after getting the bomb plant, you know, they got the rounds to work with it, even if they did lose it, but somehow are going to come out on top. And TSM taking the 13th round there against Titans 4, so not looking too good, but Device is going to pick up a nice little Mac 10 here. Should be able to get some eco or anti-eco money at least. Titan does have a bit of armor to work with, so he's going to stick with the Deagle for the time being, I think. But either way, next round he should definitely be able to pick up some easy frags there, and Zifnix opening up the round will take out shox. Some nice position here down in Naps, but Zifnix is going to punch it anyway. And RpK also following up, and dupreeh will finish him off instead. And there's only 2 players left on Titan's side, and they're going to be towards the B site here as Scream just rushes through the smoke, just try and do some damage. Won't manage to land many shots, sorry, as cajunb takes him out through the smoke, leaving just Existence alone in this 1 versus 5. And he's just going to have to save this pistol here or try and get some extra frags, but the bomb is going to be going down on the A site, so he's very close by.
The best thing about that buy from the previous round too, when you think about it in terms of the long-standing economy here from the players on TSM, is that they also get basically 2 the free AKs out of that one, and with everybody else still having pistols, and with I think at least 1 more player buying up armor that time too, it actually gave them, you know, if one of these players goes down, they can just go pick up the AK, and they still have 2 players with armor armed with an AK at that point. And obviously they didn't really need to use an additional 3rd player for it, but the 2 players do some absolute work. And now heading into that 3rd round there, they already had 2 AKs in the mix. They're only going to buy up 3 more. And now looking at this first round here, and actually it's not going to be the first round, apologies, because Titan had their round stolen away. Looking at this round here, before we even get to the gun round, TSM are already armed to the teeth with everything they need for a usual gun round, and we're not even there yet.
Yeah, but shox getting that nice early damage onto dupreeh there with that scout, so good play from him, but he didn't follow it up with a kill at all with a nade or anything, sadly. So Titan aren't going to be up a man at all, and look at this position, just running straight up down mid is going to be karrigan, sorry, finding 1 shot to SmithZz as he wraps around all the way to Arch, not checking library though, one of the players is still waiting. He's finally going to turn around, spot Existence there after he fires a couple of shots off, and karrigan perfect position here. Existence has no clue. He's going to jump out and check it, and Existence coming out on top there will find that frag as dupreeh takes out shox. Meanwhile on the A site, and now to 4 versus 3, and RpK running through the smoke. Perfect position is going to take out dupreeh, and now to 3 versus 3. So they've equalized the situation once again, and this is definitely doable for Titan, but TSM are going for a heavy B stack here, and they're going to have to rotate a couple of players over. RpK is on the way on the flank, and Scream is solo on the side, but don't worry, he's got a 5-7. He's got that close range. We'll pick up 2 headshots. Still 1 more to find. This is just Zifnix running in the Scream. Lovely 1 taps is going to come out on top of that round. Titan picking up their 5th and staying in the game just for a little bit longer.
Also, just gotta say, Scream with the super relevant 5-7 skin in that event.
Yeah,
the monkey business skin, the banana on it. Well, the push comes from banana, and he just shuts it down. So, off of the hands of another incredible play from Scream, Titan maintain themselves into this map for now. Still a very long way to go before they get themselves back into this, but they do buy another opportunity for this to happen now as they shut down TSM off of the hands of what was still essentially an eco too from Titan. It was a force buy up there just to try and resist it, as they knew it was going to be match point for TSM at that point, but they resisted, and now it opened it up. Oh my god, that shot from dupreeh shuts down SmithZz. RpK though with the response, but again, Device with the Juan D comes in, takes out RpK, and as they walk their way into the site, they have a 3-on-2 advantage. And unfortunately, although Titan make a good comeback in that previous round there, just scream in existence. And it's going to be rough to make this retake, especially with all the time they've been given to smoke things off and get themselves into post plants.
Yeah, but some nice damage from the smoke from existence is going to land onto Device there. Device actually dropping off Graveyard, and still a 2 versus 2 with a time advantage on TSM. And Device is taking all these shots through the smoke. It's not going to matter. Just runs through it. Perfect position, but it's going to get shut down. cajunb going to pick up those last 2 frags, so taking out existence and scream. And that's going to be the round to TSM. So now we're at match point, and Titan aren't going to be looking too good at this moment with their money.
And this is more than likely looking like the end of the set, unfortunately, for Titan.
Yeah.
Look at the money from TSM. Obviously, you know, thereby should be fine in a second. They have to go for a couple P90s, as both teams have kind of been shattered here. But obviously, 2 AKs just versus the 5 pistols alone. We already seen what that can do in that second round buy-up there from TSM where they stole it away. So for Titan, the odds are not looking so good. And here we go already. Device is going to pop out. Almost shoots his teammate in the head. But Scream is going to be able to stay there contested. Gets the intel on it. And with a nice fallback there, move away, satisfied that he's caught those 2 players at the very least, and he's going to hold back that push for now. Messed up Molly's shot there too. Not going to go where it needs to. And Scream, as he for some reason just walks right out towards the car angle, ends up giving his life away. Same story for karrigan as he's just ripping through things. Meanwhile, back over on the A side, and now they're going to move in. Existence does pick up a kill, as does SmithZz, but Device comes in to trade out the frag Existence picked up, and now it's all just SmithZz trying to hide. They know where he is. He's back over here, stuck in between these players, and TSM is going to close it out once again with a final score of 16-5. A lot more dominant in their favor this time around, and they're going to win out the set 2-0.
Yeah, so very effective play from TSM, managing to really turn that around. Titan not able to get any kind of rounds on the CT side. They're only managing to succeed 2, even after getting the pistol round, and kind of shut down on the second round as TSM did force buy up with that bomb plant, managing to get those 2 AKs, which kind of put them in a huge deficit, meaning they were down already, you know, up to 14 and almost in match point. So really, Titan had kind of no chance going into the CT side there after they lost that second round. So again, well played to TSM. 16-5 is the final score, and TSM will win that best of 3.
And that's going to be it for today, guys. So thank you all very much for tuning in. If you'd like to follow the casters on Twitter, I'll be sure to link them in the chat before we leave. But beyond that, we hope you've enjoyed it. Big shout out to the sponsors right on the bottom of the screen right now. And beyond that, we'll see you tomorrow for more games, guys. So thanks a bunch, and we'll see you next time.